Hi folks, today I'm going to show you how to assemble the Kalimar 660 lens. This lens is used on the Luke Skywalker macro binocular prop from Star Wars. First we're going to take these two pieces here. Now if you so choose to, you can paint the inside of this black and the outside of this black, but do not get paint on these lens rings. You'll bugger that thing up. Your functionality won't work. Now the easiest way I found to assemble this, just put it in there and press her straight in. If you want to paint those, then just let's see where I've got this like this. Just take it, put it on the table, press straight down, pop that lens out. You're not going to harm a thing. These will come pre-assembled to make sure that everything fits correctly. But nothing is glued down. You can easily disassemble all this. Now we're going to grab this piece here. Note that there's two notches right here, one here and one here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. These two threads, these very fine threads on this, actually screw together counterclockwise versus clockwise a normal thread would work. But for the first thing here, we're going to go forward until that clicks. That's lining your threads up. Let's try that again. Just take this, square it up, and rotate it the opposite way the threads screw together until you get a clicking. Oops, that's too much of a click. Okay, I've been doing this all day and now it's not going to do it. There it is right there. Counterclockwise, this all screws together. Screw it down till it kind of stops. Locate those two notches. You're going to take those two notches, you're just going to kind of center them right there for right now. Now you're going to make two full rotations clockwise. That sets the gap. Okay. Now what I want you to do is to take, let's say this notch and go, actually right here. This, your two notches, this notch is going to go on this side of the tab here. These two pieces go together, and you're going to screw this together just like this. And then you're going to stop with your two tabs on this side. Now what happens is when you put this lens ring on, you're going to line this tab up with those two little notches. And that's going to create your stopping points for your lens ring. So if you were to twist this thing all the way around to here, it's going to stop right there, and this piece isn't going to come falling off, because if you go all the way over here, then this is going to come off. Okay, so that creates your stopping points. So you're going to note that there is a lip. There's actually two lips, but you're going to be more concerned with this last lip right here that lines up with the bottom edge of this tab. You want to make sure that lip is seated down to this lip, this ring right here, and line that tab up to those notches. And putting your fingers right here on this piece right here, you can squeeze that together and seat that down. Make sure your notches line up with your tab correctly. Okay. Now that's going to create your telescoping effect. And then it's going to stop. And then it's going to stop. Now what you can do is take some thin glue, and I use a little applicator, or in your glue you can get the, for your super glue, you can get the real thin tube, and you just want to put a couple little drops, let it drizzle down in there. Don't get it on your threads. You just want to make sure you get your glue down in here and let it seep down in that little crack there, and that'll glue that down. And then you're going to have some knobs that you're going to glue on here. Of course, when you get this, you're going to disassemble it. You're going to paint everything. You're going to glue everything back together. But your knobs glue on those big screw holes right there. Okay. Next, you're going to take this piece, and it's just going to slip on there just like that. And you're going to note that this seats down really nice. Now, I check all these fittings before I send them to you. So you really shouldn't have to do any fitting. If you do, then something's not right. This ring goes over top of here. You're going to eventually glue this thing down. This just keeps this ring from coming off. Make sure that's seated all the way down there. If you've got it all the way down, then just take a couple of dabs of glue. And I'd use some thin super glue and dab it on there and let it suck down into that crevice. And that'll hold that in place, but allow you to rotate it. Now you'll notice on this ring there's a little tab there, right there. You want to make sure that you have this gap here. So there's a little gap there. You want to line that up around there. And this should seat down to where there's about, if you look here, there's about 1 millimeter of space right there. Okay? And you can check your alignment of these rings if your space is the same all the way around. Now this has 2 little tabs on it, but yet your piece here has 4, a little hair off there. You got little 4 notches in here. This is so you can position where your numbers and everything line up. This is just going to sit here like this. Now once you've got this down, you can take, I would probably use a little thicker glue so it doesn't drizzle down and lock everything up. I would take a couple little tabs and just kind of glue it there, just a little subtle amount. And before you click this one in, I would take some super glue, some like medium or thick, and kind of glue it around these threads here. And if you look at the black threads here, you want to kind of dab a little on there as well. So that when you get these together like this, you're going to do the same thing with that clear lens. You're going to line this up like that, kind of grab right here and press that in. It's easier to go the other way. As long as that's pressed in, it's all going to hold together. Now you can take the lens plate. I make these lens plates. The only accurate lens plate out there, by the way, because of the shapes of the corners perfectly match what was on screen. Everybody else matches the same sharp 4 corners, and that's not accurate. I strive for perfection the best I can. Once you have this screwed down, you can line up where you want your height. You can adjust your height. Okay, once you figure out where you want your height to be on your 2 lenses, then you can figure out where you want your knobs to set, where you want them set like this or like this, however you want that. Then you can glue those down, put a little glue around here, a little glue on the inside there, glue that down to where that has your height that you want and where you want your knobs at. And then once that's permanently glued down, then when you rotate this, you're going to get that whole telescoping effect. Of course, this isn't really glued down, but you can get the idea. And once they're painted correctly, you literally can't tell the difference, depending on your skills of a painter. But this should be painted from this ring on up should be painted like about a medium gray, medium dark gray, and this should be a little lighter. You could probably take the same color, put just a couple dabs of white in there, and tone it down to match that color that you see on screen. There you go. If you have any questions, guys, just let me know. Thank you.